Trapped in My Mind, a Muslim girl's battle with overthinking. Chapter 1. The Whispers Begin. Ayesha had always been a thinker. From a young age, she would sit by the window and watch the trees sway, wondering why leaves fell or how the stars found their place in the sky. But what started as innocent curiosity grew into something heavy, something dark. By the time she turned 20, overthinking had become her daily companion. Every decision, no matter how small, became a battleground in her mind. Should I wear the blue scarf or the white one today? What if I made a mistake in my assignment submission? What if Allah is angry with me and that's why things aren't working out? These weren't just passing thoughts. They consumed her. She would stare at her ceiling for hours, trapped in a storm of what-ifs. Her chest often felt tight, her eyes heavy from crying, and her heart ached with a constant fear she couldn't explain. Chapter 2. Behind the Smile. To the outside world, Ayesha was calm, polite, and intelligent. She excelled in university, always submitted her work on time, and was known as the kind one among her friends. But inside, she was breaking. Every night she cried into her pillow, whispering, "Ya Allah, what is wrong with me? Why can't I find peace?" She feared being judged, so she kept everything hidden. Not even her closest friend Hiba knew how deep the anxiety ran. Ayesha's ibadah began to feel robotic. Her prayers were rushed, her du'as short. She felt distant from Allah, yet too ashamed to admit it. Chapter 3. The Breaking Point. One evening, after failing to make a simple decision about attending a family event, Ayesha sat on her prayer mat in silence. She had been crying for an hour. Her mind echoed with whispers. "You're not good enough. You can't even pray properly. Why would Allah help someone like you?" She picked up the Quran, hoping for peace. Her fingers trembled as she flipped through the pages. Her eyes landed on a verse. "And whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him." Surah At-Talaq 65:3. Her tears flowed again, but this time they were different. They came from a place of longing. "I want to trust you, Ya Allah. I really do. I just don't know how." Chapter 4. A Spark of Light. The next morning, Ayesha opened up to Hiba. She hesitated at first, but once she started, the words poured out. "Allah is closer to you than your own thoughts." With Hiba's help, Ayesha began seeing a Muslim therapist who understood her struggle. Through guided sessions, she learned that her overthinking wasn't a weakness of Iman, but a challenge that needed both spiritual and emotional healing. She was introduced to tools like deep breathing with dhikr, dua journaling, writing her thoughts and making dua alongside them. Structured Istikhara. Seeking Allah's guidance in decisions with trust. Chapter 5. Learning Tawakkul. Ayesha slowly started rebuilding her relationship with Allah. She stopped trying to control every outcome and began focusing on her effort instead. She whispered often to herself, "Do your best, leave the rest. Allah is Al-Wakil." Some days were still hard. The thoughts didn't vanish overnight, but now she knew how to respond to them. Instead of spiraling, she would pause and say, "Ya Allah, I surrender this to you." She started praying Fajr on time, even if her mind was heavy. She cried during sujud, not in pain, but in surrender. And in that surrender, she found strength. Chapter 6. A New Dawn. Months later, Ayesha stood in front of a group of young Muslim sisters, sharing her journey. "I thought being a good Muslim meant never struggling. But now I know that even in my struggles, I can be close to Allah. Overthinking didn't make me weak. It brought me to my knees in sujud, where I found my healing." She smiled through tears. Not the tears of pain, but the kind that come when the heart feels heard. Epilogue. For every overthinking heart. If you're like Ayesha, battling silent storms in your mind, know this. Allah sees you. The thoughts that overwhelm you, the tears you hide, the du'as you can barely say, they all matter to Him. Start small. Talk to someone, write to Allah. Seek support, make dua. And remember, indeed with hardship comes ease. Surah Ash-Shar 94:6. Let go. Trust, heal. This is not the end of your story. It's just the beginning of your journey toward peace, one breath and one prayer at a time.